before we start, let me ask you something.
Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?
Welcome back to Indie Game Drop, where new worlds are created every month. January is usually that weird time where everyone is recovering from the holidays and quietly pushing out some of their most personal projects. And January 2026 is absolutely stacked. These are games that have been living on devblogs, Discord servers, and half-broken demo builds for years. And now they're finally seeing the light of the day, assuming release dates behave themselves. And remember, I've picked these indie games randomly, with no rules. Let's begin! Maybe a bit too much light, probably, I'm not sure. Late Hours is an indie game that oddly mixes everyday work life with creeping horror. In this game, you take the night shift at a quirky little burger joint, serving customers, juggling orders, and peeling back the unsettling mystery of strange visitors and eerie events happening after dark. Think cute diner vibes with a creeping sense that something is very wrong. The game's indie roots show in its experimental blend of simulation and narrative horror, making it feel fresh even if it borrows from familiar themes. Journey Express combines side-scroll exploration with first-person survival sections. You travel between towns in a side view while exploring wilderness in first person, gathering supplies, hunting, fishing, and unlocking new paths. It's an indie title with a nostalgic feel but modern mechanics that keep you thinking on your feet, like choosing what to stock before each journey and finding secrets off the beaten path. Doomcrawl is an action RPG with a strong indie flair, bringing cooperative play into an isometric desert world. You and friends, or solo with bots, trudge across dunes, dealing with hazards, fighting foes, and digging up rare loot. The visual style and combat pacing lean into the fun of classic IARPGs. I have to learn to spell well. While its small team roots give it a unique personality rather than a polished AAA sheen. This one sounds delightfully chaotic. Intergalactic Cleaning Squad is an indie strategy tactics game where you manage a crew cleaning up cosmic messes. It blends auto-battler mechanics with clicker-style play and goofy sci-fi energy. It's the kind of game that thrives on tiny moments of delight and surprise, a hallmark of many small studio designs. Path Machine is a fast-paced 2D sci-fi Metroidvania with roguelike elements. You explore tech-infested environments, unlocking abilities and weapons while uncovering secrets about the world's mysterious machines. Its looping level design and challenging combat reflect the passion and grind of indie Metroidvania development. Star Rapture blends first-person survival, crafting, and cooperative multiplayer. You land on a hostile planet, scavenge resources, build shelter and tools, and try to survive with friends or solo. The emphasis of teamwork and sandbox freedom gives it a distinct indie feel. Not curated like big titles, but huge on player choice and emergent story. Evoke Rio is a turn-based RPG that calls back to classic monster collecting and battling games, but with its own spin. Players explore colorful lands, capture creatures, and use them strategically in battles. The indie spin comes in its deep customization and community support from longtime fans. Last Fate is a fantasy indie MMO with sandbox elements, meaning you and other players roam a high fantasy world doing quests, forming alliances, and shaping your own stories. Crowdfunding helped this project take shape, showing how indie developers are leaning on community support to build bigger world experiences. Ancient Farm invites players to manage a farm in ancient times. You grow crops, raise animals, and survive off the land in a charming pixel art world. Its cozy mechanics are made by a small team that clearly loves agriculture, Sims, and history. Where's the pixel art? First Train 2 is a strategic roguelike card-based survival game set in a frozen world. It blends resource management with tactical choices, appealing to players who enjoy deep decisions under pressure. Pathologic 3 continues the experimental action RPG series known for its surreal atmosphere and emotional storytelling. Its artistic approach and unconventional structure make it resonate with indie sensibilities. Big Hops is a parkour platformer with a quirky sense of humor. Its colorful levels and physics-driven movement make it feel playful and fun, developed by a small team that loves chaotic momentum. Quarantine Zone: The Last Check is a post-apocalyptic indie simulation where you manage a shelter, scavenge, and make tough survival choices. It emphasizes narrative and strategic depth over flashy combat. Wait, I think I already talked about this game. Did they change the release date again? Kejora is a puzzle platformer that combines clever level design with atmospheric art. Players solve environmental challenges and explore interconnected worlds. Craftlings is a strategy game with a focus on crafting and managing little workers in a whimsical world. It feels like a tabletop brought to life, with lots of creative freedom. Super Wooden Rally Edge is an indie racing game emphasizing tight handling, quirky tracks, and a playful tone, blending classic arcade essence with great depth and a genuine love for car culture. With a unique personality, Rally Edge takes you back to an era where fun goes beyond realism. Earth of Oirin is a fantasy city builder where you craft cities, manage resources, and guide your population toward prosperity. Its indie design prioritizes depth and flexibility. Starting from nothing, you can shape your kingdom according to your vision while managing the needs and wants of your people. Memories in Orbit is a haunting Metroidvania platformer about a robot exploring an abandoned spaceship and piecing together lost memories. It pairs atmospheric world design with fluid movement and emotional storytelling. Developed by the French indie studio, and sorry for the spelling, Douze Diction. Blightstone blends roguelike tactics with fantasy combat and character progression. Its tactical depth and replayability make it appealing to strategy fans. You can use free movement, dynamic environments, and collectible skills to save the crystal. And save the world, probably. So, I'm not sure if it's January 20 or January 21st. We'll see. Quarantine Zombies is a post-apocalyptic shooter with indie sensibilities, resource scarcity, gritty balance, and emergent enemy encounters. Tailside lets players run a cafe, serve customers, and build community in a cozy, bright world. Full mod support and heartwarming content give it a longevity and charm. I know you were waiting for this one. This follow-up expansion to the indie Cult of the Lamb brings more world building, bizarre cult management, and narrative chaos with its signature humor and art style. Hermit and Pig is a turn-based pixel art adventure RPG developed by an indie creator over 4 years, blending heartfelt story with charming visuals and deep combat. You fend off wild assailants, forage mushrooms, survive social anxiety, and stumble into a corporate conspiracy with your trusty pig. Cairn is a meditative rock climbing simulator where you scale majestic cliffs, balancing challenge and zen. Developed by the Game Bakers, it offers a mix of precision, movement, and serene exploration. This game was my biggest surprise of the year. So, yeah, that was January 2026, a completely unreasonable month for indie games, and honestly kind of inspiring. Seeing so many small teams and solo developers ship their projects at the same time is a good reminder that indie development is still very much alive. Some of these games will blow up, some will stay hidden gems, and some will probably break in interesting ways on launch day, which is basically tradition at this point. Let me know in the comments which of these games you're excited to play. Thanks for watching!